Part 67, the Epistle to the Hebrews, a call to be content. Introduction. In this final chapter of the Epistle to the Hebrews, we have noticed exhortations to let brotherly love continue, Hebrews 13, verse 1, to show love toward strangers, Hebrews 13, verse 2, to remember those in prison and those who are mistreated, Hebrews 13, verse 3, to hold marriage in honor, abstaining from fornication and adultery, Hebrews 13, verse 4. We now find a warning against covetousness, Hebrews 13, verse 5a. The previous verse was a warning against the lust of the flesh, immorality. Here we have a warning against the lust of the eyes, materialism, both of which are contrary to the love of the Father, 1 John 2, verses 15 through 17. Covetousness, a strong desire for material things, is strongly condemned in the Bible. Jesus said it defiles a man and that we should beware of it. Mark 7, verses 21 through 23, Luke 12, verse 15. Paul taught that covetousness will keep one out of the kingdom of God. 1 Corinthians 6, verses 9 and 10. Like fornication, should not even be named among us. Ephesians 5, verse 3, is nothing less than idolatry. Ephesians 5, verse 5, and Colossians 3, verse 5. The antidote to covetousness is contentment. Hebrews 13, verse 5b and 6. If we are content, then we won't be covetous. Contentment is therefore an important virtue for Christians to develop. But what is contentment? What is the key to being content? The virtue of contentment. Contentment defined. The English word content means desiring no more than what one has. The Greek word is archeo, which means to be satisfied. When one is content, they are satisfied with what they have, with no desire for more. Covetousness no longer becomes a problem. The value of contentment. From the pen of uninspired men. He is richest who is content with the least. Socrates. He is well paid that is well satisfied. William Shakespeare. He who is content can never be ruined. Chinese proverb. He who wants little always have enough. Johann Georg Zimmermann. If you are not satisfied with a little, you will not be satisfied with much. Unknown. The contented man is never poor, the discontented never rich. George Eliot. Paul wrote that godliness with contentment is great gain. 1 Timothy 6, verse 6. Godliness, which is godly living expressed in devotion to God, is of great value only when accompanied with contentment. For as we have seen, covetousness, a lack of contentment, would render any service to God of no value. Contentment exemplified in Fanny Crosby, a blind songwriter who wrote, "Oh, what a happy soul am I! Although I cannot see, I am resolved that in this world contented I will be. How many blessings I enjoy that other people don't. To weep and sigh because I'm blind, I cannot and I won't." In Helen Keller, blind, deaf, and mute, yet she wrote, "They took away what should have been my eyes, but I remembered Milton's Paradise. They took away what should have been my ears. Beethoven came and wiped away my tears. They took away what should have been my tongue, but I talked with God when I was young. He would not let them take away my soul. Possessing that, I still possess the whole." In The Aged Prisoner, Paul the Apostle, who saw how his imprisonment accomplished much good, Philippians 1, verses 12 through 14, who had learned contentment, Philippians 4, verses 10 through 12. This concludes Part 67 of the book of Hebrews.